and welcome to hashtag Nerd Stuffs. I'm Fuzzy.
I'm Fink.
And if you don't like Rush, fuck you.
Alright, yeah. Woo!
Sorry,
That's the way to start it out.
First off, we want to apologize for not having a video in a while. We actually recorded one night. We were really tired. A lot of stuff had happened. I
Still have notes from it.
Lost my job by my own free will, I might say. You don't need to worry about it. Anyway, and the video we made was we were tired. We looked tired. It just wasn't up to our standards. So we took a couple of weeks off to work and do the things that we want to do and figure out what we wanted to do. So, but we're back, and we are going to be talking about just The Walking Dead this episode. A lot's happened since the last time we talked about The Walking Dead, enough that I felt like we needed to do a video just on The Walking Dead because we have two completely separate viewpoints on it. So I'll let you start off, Fink. Just kind of recap on what has happened and how you kind of feel about it.
Just pretty much just starting out with the season finale, which is what we've been talking about here recently. Okay, so the episode is them in the RV. First in Alexandria, everybody that volunteered to come with them. Gabriel stepping up to take control of Alexandria and just lead the protection of the settlement. And then everybody getting on board to go. Nobody's gonna leave anybody alone to go to the hilltop to take Maggie there. The driving down the road, like I was, they drive down the road, and then of course we get to the end scene where we're introduced to Negan, and we see someone get killed. Don't know who it is. I mean, that's a hot topic right now. Is everybody's upset that we don't know who died. I don't see that as a bad thing. Fuzzy has an opposing view on that, which is good. That gives us something to debate about on our videos. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much a short recap of what happened on the season finale. So my take of it, I loved the RV, the whole episode, because you got to see Rick go from hopeful and uplifted at the beginning to very confident that no matter what happens that they can make it because they're always together. We can make it as long as we're together. And then seeing him go to Negan being them being captured and Negan being introduced and him just being completely destroyed and devastated again. I think that was great character development on Rick again, which we've seen Rick go through this progression before.
Yeah.
It's nothing new, but I think they're trying to tie it closer to comics with that. This is a point where Rick pretty much lost it again in the comics, and this is a point where we're going to see him lose it again in the TV show, which I'm all right with. Of course, we don't know who died at the end. My gut feeling tells me it's Glenn, but it could be Glenn or Daryl. I really don't see him killing anybody else unless it's just Abraham, which he was supposed to die already anyway. So
yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So what you?
Such a glowing review.
I liked it.
It was glowing. Yeah. I hated it. Here's the thing, is that I consider myself a diehard Walking Dead fan, and I liked it before it was cool and popular. I'm too fat. I was gonna wear my Walking Dead T-shirt that I bought when I bought my first Walking Dead comic, which was Walking Dead #1. And I love it. I love The Walking Dead because I like that dynamic between all the characters. And the comic books, one of the thing for me is in the comic books, it's a comic book, but B, you don't have time to get attached to a character because the comics, the characters last maybe a couple of issues. before they kill them off. But my thing with the comic is generally every character dies to introduce a new character, a bad character or a good character, or it progresses the story. So I'll start with this: is that when they killed the Doctor on the train tracks in the comics, it was Abraham. They killed the Doctor, and it didn't progress the story for me because she hasn't been in the show that much. She was kind of a doctor, but kind of not a doc. She didn't know much. So when they killed her, I personally felt like it was just for shock value, not to move the storyline along. And I personally just didn't feel like that character really needed to die at that point in time. That's just my take on it. A couple other things that I have an issue with the episodes that we haven't talked about yet. I think it's weird that we haven't talked about this yet. I think it's weird how Carol has all of a sudden flipped sides.
Yeah.
She was
Case of the conscience.
She's been crazy for 3 seasons now, and all of a sudden she develops a conscience. She burned people alive in the prison.
And they try to justify her flop as, well, now she doesn't want to kill for people anymore. She doesn't want to care that much for people that, that she has to kill for them. But she had absolutely no problems doing it before. She had no problems killing. What was the little girl's name? Lizzie. Well,
yeah, in the comics it was the two twins, and they were boys.
Yeah,
and it wasn't Carol.
And that was way sooner.
It happened
in the comics than kind of where the timelines are at right now. But yeah, I mean, she had no problems killing a child that was just crazy. We don't kill people that are crazy now. That's just. I have a hard time believing the character flip of Carol, but I think we're going to see something happen with that. I think that she will end up being taken by the saviors, and she'll somehow infiltrate them from the inside once she knows that it's her people that are in danger.
And that might be part of it, but there's also I understand that we have to end on cliffhangers and stuff, but the show, the last episode left a little too much open for my taste. Morgan breaks his code and kills that guy, which is another thing that I question. But also, he ran into the guy wearing the armor.
Kingdom.
Yeah, they didn't answer that. What else has happened since then? Since we talked about The Walking Dead, so we already talked about the Doctor dying, and I felt like it was just a needless death.
Did we talk about when they infiltrated the Savior's little remote base?
I don't think that we did. I think,
that's when Maggie and Carol were captured.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't talk about that. That episode I thought was great.
Yeah, that episode was.
Except for Carol, because I thought she was all a ploy.
And that's when. Yeah, that's what I thought through the whole thing was that she was acting, and then we get to the next episode, and she really feels like she's vulnerable again, like she's went back to that weak woman that we saw in season 1.
Yeah,
and
it's just that's a weird twist. It's all that happens like too fast for my taste. What else did I have? So Maggie's sick. Rick's he's still batshit crazy.
There for a minute, Rick wasn't crazy, but he's went back. He's
he wasn't crazy, but he was still. If they're gonna take my stuff, well, I'm gonna just shoot them in the head. That mentality. So, they take Maggie. They go to a road. It's blocked off by the Saviors. The dialogue of that scene was great. Rick's like, you don't have to do this. You don't have to die today. And then the guy retorts. He's like, ask yourself the same question. You don't have to. One of you doesn't have to die today.
Yeah. And if this was your last day on Earth.
If this was your last day on Earth. great scene, great dialogue. It was awesome. They get back in. Nobody's there.
Then they spray paint the X on that guy's chest.
Oh, the X on the guy's chest. And then they get back in the RV. And they go to a different road. Now there's even more saviors. And now the guy's just shooting a gun into the air.
Yeah. No words exchanged.
Willy-nilly. Ammunition is very scarce at this point in time, considering that Eugene is trying to make their own. We didn't talk about that. The scene with the zombie with the stuff on his head was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But the guy just shooting his gun up into the air. He's like, like who gives a fuck? So, all right. So they get back in, and then they drive to a different road. Only this time the road's blocked by logs. And then they light on fire.
Somebody yells at them from the other side, and then it catches on fire.
And then the guy drops down. And he's got an X spray paint on his chest, and he's just hanging there dying.
Still don't understand the X.
So,
hold on a second.
Let
me take care of the dog.
The dog.
I have a new dog.
Apparently wants to come in. Fink got a new dog. He's super cute.
There he is.
I think his name should be Hank Williams Senior.
Hank Williams. I wanted to name Hamish, but nobody else likes Hamish.
So they get back in, and then they drive. We're on our fourth road, by the way. So they drive to the fourth road, which is chained zombies, and one of them has Michonne's dreadlocks jammed in its skull. And then that's when it lost me. And I was like, this is getting ridiculous. So then they devise a plan to just pull off in a random location, unload everybody but Eugene, and Eugene was apparently going to run a suicide mission. So they're walking through the woods, and the saviors magically know where they're at, and then they do the whistle. Yeah, and then they're ambushed by all the saviors, and then Eugene made it 10 miles down the road within 35 seconds, and he's there, and then Negan comes out. They dumb down Negan's character a lot.
They water down his language a lot.
And it's showing they're allowed to say shit, and you're allowed to shoot people in the face, and you know.
And you have Abraham who says bitch twice in that episode, and then once Negan's introduced, and he introduces Lucille, which is one of my favorite characters. He says, and this is Lucille, and she is awesome. And he could have said, this is Lucille, and she's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Which is what he should have said.
The actor they have playing Negan is amazing.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Amazing. I love the character. And then I like all the tension, and it built up. The tension was like, oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I mean, that's straight from the comics. Right. Is the eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
And that
was good, but
then it cuts to a first person shot of the camera and him beating somebody in the head, and then we just end the episode.
See, I still like that because that's from the and what he says is from the comics. It hits him the first time. Oh, taking it like a champ. I don't know. I loved it.
It would have affected me more if it would have just shown the person that died. Because then I would have been like, oh my God, they just killed. Holy shit. They went out in left field. Maggie's dead. Yeah. Her and her baby have died.
I'm still saying, in my gut, tells me that Glenn's the one that's dead. They've teased it at least twice this season of Glenn dying. So once under the dumpster, once at the wall trying to save Maggie. I think they've teased it to set it up to not be as big of a blow to the fans when Glenn dies. Which I'm thinking, I haven't heard anything since the last time I heard, but apparently Stephen Gwynn's contract's up with Walking Dead. And there's no news of it being renewed. So I would think that it's his character that's gone.
I'm sure.
Now there's also been a report that Norman Reedus has sold his Atlanta house.
Yeah, I heard that last year.
Yeah, so... Don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The thing is, we don't know who died. It just bothered me because I would have been more I would have been. It would have been more of a cliffhanger if it just showed who died. But I have high hopes for the next season. I'm hoping to get away from the whole. There's bad people and we killed them all and now we're safe. But oh no. Here's another group of bad people.
Next season's going to have to follow the all-out war storyline.
Yeah, the all-out war,
and the comic books, and that'll be, even if they don't follow it to a T, there's going to be a lot of big things happening. Depending on who dies, we will more than likely see a replacement at the Hilltop as far as leader. In the comic books, it's Maggie that takes over.
Yeah.
So. As long as she's not the one that dies, I would think that she'll still be the one that takes over. And with her being sick with the baby, that'll give them more of a reason to have her at the Hilltop, stay at the Hilltop, because that's where
it would be
is.
Interesting if they did change it up and Abraham or Daryl is the one that finally dies.
But then what do you do with Glenn?
Well, what I'm saying is it would be interesting to see Glenn actually there because it's different from the comics.
Right.
I feel like, and I always felt like, a lot of people's problem with the TV show, a lot of the diehard fans, was it didn't follow the comics 100%. And that's kind of what I always liked about the show is that it didn't, and it kind of did its own thing. And I felt like it was things that Robert Kirkman kind of regretted doing in the comics that he now had the ability to change. So I would like to see a dynamic like that happen, but again, we don't know who. Man, it would be some shit if it was Rick. Just kill fucking Rick.
It's a big FU to every fan.
Yeah,
Rick's dead. Carl's dead.
I'm interested in next season. We'll probably get in the comic books. Carl and Negan develop a weird relationship. It's going to be interesting to see that relationship. And from the interview that I read, season 7 might move faster through the war than the comics because the war in the comics lasted a long time. Yeah. But because they're saying that we're going to actually see that relationship between Carl and Negan in the next season.
And that would be
because
I would think that they would drag on. I mean, in my mind, if you're wanting to, because they've slowed the timeline down in the show a lot here in the last season, which I think this last season took place over maybe a month.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a lot of time falling in between.
I didn't say that. I also read in that same interview that just like every season has, it's gonna pick up a while after that. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
This one will pick up.
They said that it's gonna pick up right where
it left off.
But if you remember in the past, the seasons have
months in between.
Yeah. You don't know what happened. So I just this season has been burning me out with the needless killing of characters, and. I don't know. I just feel like they've drawn this part of it out when we should have been drawing out the actual war instead of what's leading up to the war.
They've given us character building, which some of the character building I don't agree with, like Carol. I don't think that was a good turn of events.
It's just weird.
But we've got to see, you got to see Carl get his eye blown out, which was freaking amazing. You got to see that little brat get killed.
Finally.
Yeah, what's his name? Sam.
Damn kids.
Yeah, he deserved it. It's been a good season. Has it been slow? Yes. Have they took their time in trying to fake us out on Glenn dying? Yes. In my opinion, there never was. I guess I toyed with the idea of Glenn dying at certain points. When they were teasing it, but I never thought that he would actually die because in my mind, Glenn dies when Negan's introduced, and I didn't think I think that that's such a strong point in the comics that I don't think that they're going to change it on the show. I still, in my gut, believe that Glenn is the one that died.
Carl might be the one that dies. You never know.
No, he's not, and he's not because of what Negan says.
Yeah.
No,
he's not. He sees too much of himself in Carl because Carl's
Well, he says it. He says, if anyone moves, pluck the boy's other eye out and feed it to the girl or feed it to his dad or something like that. So it's not Carl that's getting hit automatically. It's not Rick that's getting hit. There's still some open-ended. You could have Abraham, Daryl, Glenn. I don't think it'll be Michonne, which it could be. They've they left us with that line of "we don't die." That's the reason that her and Rick are together is because we don't die. Maybe she dies.
I don't know.
You never know.
Also, in the comics, Negan pulls Rick out of the darkness. The whole thing with Negan pulls him out, and it kind of brings Rick back to how Rick was at the beginning of the whole show, where he doesn't kill. They don't kill people.
Yep.
That was my big takeaway from the comic was that this brought Rick back, and he's like, we don't do that. We don't kill people.
Everybody has their chance.
Because right now he's just killing people. He's like,
yep.
He's just
cross me, you die.
Freaking out and just blowing people's brains out with that gun. So we'll see how it goes, and I don't know. I was just so disappointed with this season. It wasn't what I wanted or expected. But that's just me. It's just disappointing to me, and because I don't know, it just had a hard time really getting that staying power. And it doesn't help that I went back and watched most of season 1, and I've already seen it 3 times, and I went back and watched it, and I was like, my God. And it just sucked me right back in. I was like, oh my God. This season 1
was amazing.
Is probably one of my favorite seasons of any TV
Season
show.
1 had so much imagery from the comics that was brought in straight from the comics. It was just amazing. And that's the reason they did that in season 1 is they wanted to build their fan base. And what better way to do that than bring in the comic book readers? But I really think, like you said, I think Kirkman has decided that there's certain things that he wants to change. And I know that he's not the direct showrunner of the show.
No, but
Scott Gimple is. But I'm sure that he has a real deep hand in what's going on.
Yeah, it's his stuff.
Yeah. That's.
The thing is, when Walking Dead, the first season came out, it came out on Halloween. I remember I wore my Walking Dead t-shirt. We were back home by 9 o'clock.
Oh, I've never missed an episode
to watch it, and I watched it in my Walking Dead t-shirt. And I remember thinking this show was pushing a lot of boundaries as far as cable TV goes. And I didn't think we were going to make it past season 3 because I felt like by the time they got to the jail, and a lot of the comic book readers know the jail parts in the comic were very hard to read, especially when the governor kills Lori and the baby with a shotgun.
Yep.
I didn't think we were going to make it past that. I felt like it was going to push too many boundaries and it was just going to get canceled because of that. But it's still amazing that we're on season 6. They've lost some viewers. They're going to. All TV shows are going to lose viewers. But what The Walking Dead opened up since it came out has been fantastic TV. I don't think if The Walking Dead came out, I don't think we would have things like Daredevil. Mm-mm. Even though it's a Netflix, right? Yeah. But I don't think it would have been as graphic and as intense as it is. Because The Walking Dead was one of the first times I'd ever seen like a human graphically, a live human, not a zombie, killed like that on cable TV.
Ripped apart. Yeah. It has opened up. It has opened up an avenue for a lot of other shows to be. And like I said, a lot. Some of those shows are on Netflix, but I don't know too many people that don't have Netflix anymore. So it's as readily as readily available as cable. And yeah, I really do. I think that Walking Dead, Along with, I mean, you had the movies, the comic movies that were opening up the door to that. But as far as graphic content goes, Walking Dead's really
Dude, it's a graphic. I mean, it's to the point where, and I'll let my youngest watch it with us sometimes when
mine's always asleep.
I feel like, well, my youngest is like 7, so I'll let her watch it with us occasionally when I feel like it's just going to be like zombies and stuff. I don't care what anybody thinks. My mom took me to see Nightmare on Elm Street when I was 5. It's just a movie.
My mom took me to see Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls in theaters once, and
I watched that a couple of years ago, and there were so many
disturbing.
jokes.
It was disturbing watching that with my mother.
Watch a lot of old movies. There's so many jokes that I laughed at when I was a kid because everybody else laughed, and I was like, that guy's talking about dicks.
That guy's talking about dicks.
Yep. But, the thing is, like, we all parent differently, and because I'm me, and I know my children, if I explain to her that, hey,
this is a TV show,
none of this is real, monsters don't exist, she likes ghosts and monsters and stuff, did I let her watch Ash vs. the Evil Dead? Absolutely not. Do I let her dabble in The Walking Dead? Yeah. Do we watch Paranormal Activity together? Yeah. Will I let her watch Nightmare on Elm Street? No.
A movie.
I loved it. I got in a lot of trouble when I was a kid for that. I was in kindergarten. We went and watched the movie in the theaters. I went back to kindergarten and made a bloody Freddy Krueger glove out of construction paper. And my mom was called. I remember this too. My mom was called to the school because they said there was something wrong with me.
There is something wrong with you.
But I think that I don't think there's anything wrong with letting my youngest watch a couple episodes of it. That's what she wants to watch.
Yeah.
As long as I just have to explain to her it's not real.
Right.
I don't even know why are we talking about this? How did I even get on this?
I mean, my 2-year-old, will ask me what, we'll watch something on TV, and we're watching a Dark Knight Returns, the animated movies today, and somebody died. It was when the Joker died in the end of the second one, and she's like, "What happened to him?" And I said, "Baby, he died, but it's a TV show.
It's not real.
Yeah, this isn't real.
It's not real.
Yeah, and of course, cartoon. She even at 2 years old, she grasps that that's not real. But she, it's you just have to take. People always get up in arms about, well, what about the children? What about the? Well, just be a parent and explain to them that certain things are not real. My daughter sees me play Call of Duty.
Yeah, exactly.
And laughs about it because she knows that's not real.
Yeah.
Because I've explained it to her. This isn't real. She knows what video games are.
Yeah, it's like shows like The Walking Dead, Daredevil, any show or video game. They don't make people murder other people.
No, just
crazy people.
Crazy people.
If you're, you should have. I guess. I mean, honestly, to me, the reason I kind of want my children exposed to stuff like that is I know you felt some of the same loss that I have. I lost my father when I was 21. Shortly after that, I lost my uncle, and then I lost my grandmother, and then I lost my grandfather. Like, there's nobody left on my dad's side of the family. They've all passed on, and it was really hard the first couple of times, but the last time I was kind of numb to it, and I kind of want her to understand that, hey, the zombie apocalypse could happen. This could be our last days. We live every day like it's the last day, because it could be your last day.
Could be. What if this is your last day on Earth? Crazy eyes.
I really don't like that character, by the way. Not that one. The guy that shot that poor lady in the face with the crossbow. I don't think his character in the comic was much more interesting to me.
Yeah. Well, Dwight in the comic book was basically Daryl.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the leather jacket. He had the crossbow. It's not something that he got from one of them. It was just, that was Dwight.
the thing is like they did the episode where Daryl met them in the woods, and Daryl pretty much saved their life, and why this change of heart all of a sudden on Dwight's side of it? Like, he's two completely different people, and it just doesn't make any sense. And maybe something happened off camera.
Well, I mean, you got the big scar on the side of his face. In the comics,
Yeah.
it was Negan running a hot iron across the side of his face.
Maybe
that
that's
caused
what
that.
happened.
And Negan takes his wife, girlfriend, whatever, as in the comics, Negan takes all the women. The women are his. They're his property. Everybody.
Yeah, they don't seem to be his property in
Yeah,
this.
I don't know if that's where they're going to lead up into that. I don't think they will. I think that there'll be too many fem Nazis that. Oh God! Now they're going to be coming after us. I said fem Nazi. Yeah, I think there'll be too much of the feminist uproar about the misogynistic, undertones of this show. Whatever. It's a
show about zombies.
It's an apocalypse.
It's a show
What's
about
gonna happen? There's
zombies.
gonna be bad people doing bad stuff.
You don't know what people would do when they're.
I'd
in
walk
this
around.
situation.
I'd walk around naked. I would.
I'd walk around
Poop
naked
smeared
with you.
with poop smeared all over me.
And I
Just
might,
keep everybody away from me.
might hold your wiener. In my hand.
This is getting cut.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm keeping it. I don't know, man. I'm excited for the next season. Let's go in a different direction. Let's pick back up a little bit. And again, I'm not into The Walking Dead because of the zombies. That's not my whole bag in the show. Mine's about watching these people survive in the apocalypse, which is let's get on this. This will be another 15 minutes. Let's get on this. I really like Fear the Walking Dead. Here's the reason why. I like that it takes place before and during when all of this starts happening. I find it interesting to see the characters' reactions to something that they don't know. It's interesting to see. The last episode of Fear the Walking Dead, which is the season premiere, I thought was great. Swimming in the middle of the ocean and a zombie floats up on you. It's pretty scary. You would figure in the middle of the ocean that you might be safe. What are you looking at?
Do you need a beer?
Is there a zombie?
Do you need a beer?
No, there's a fucking zombie outside. We're talking about zombies.
There's a zombie.
Yeah, I need a beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a beer.
I'm just texting a lot.
Oh my god. Speaking of fem Nazis.
Yes.
No, not your
My
wife.
the fem Nazi.
Not your wife. I'm talking about. She doesn't bring it in time. You better have her explain to all her friends how she fell down those stairs.
Hit all those doorknobs on the way down.
I watched for the other day. I was getting up to go to work, and I got up at like 9, and I know, shut up. I didn't have to be there at about 11, but I got up, and What Happens in Vegas was on with Ashton Kutcher and Cameron Diaz,
Yeah.
and this one scene, he's like, have you seen the movie?
No, so.
So they go to Vegas and they get drunk and they meet each other and then they go and get married because they're plastered drunk, and then they go to a machine and win like $5 million. But then they sober up and go back, and they both live in New York, and the judge says they have to be married for 4 months and get along in order to get their money. That's the whole plot, but the whole time they're trying to figure out how they can screw one another over. Housekeeping.
Thanks for beers.
Bear.
I didn't know which kind y'all were drinking.
There's my wife. She's
Hey.
off camera.
She's not even on
She's
camera.
off camera. Yeah.
Come in camera.
No.
Let's come over here and say hey.
I look like a crazy
You
person.
took a shower
You left
today.
the door open.
Yeah, can you shut the door? Or are you looking in the mirror?
I looked in the mirror.
Come
I don't
over
want to
here.
be on your camera.
You
Alright.
can. Come here, give me a kiss.
Oh my God!
We'll cut that. Don't worry.
What is that? No, I'm not cutting it. I told you I'm not cutting any of this.
Free flow.
Free flow.
Was that the right kind of beers? Is it okay?
Yeah.
It's the 9%ers.
Beer
Does
is
it have
beer.
alcohol in them?
Yeah, lots
Yeah,
of
they're the
them.
right kind of beer. Then.
How are the kids?
Chilling.
They're-
They're good.
they
We just
sound
finished
quiet.
Star Wars.
How is Harrison?
He was almost asleep, and then he decided he wanted to get up and play guns some more.
We're good.
Nice guns. Yeah, he's obsessed with guns.
Now we're gonna start another movie.
I think he's gonna murder people when he gets older.
Him and Lola both.
Together. The new Bonnie and
Clyde.
Clyde. So anyway, I don't want to talk about this, but I just thought it was funny. I'm getting there.
You're good.
So they're trying to fuck each other over, and they have to go to this therapist who happens to be Queen Latifah.
See, there's probably the reason I didn't see the movie.
So anyway, they're trying to figure out how to fuck each other over and get the money. So Ashton Kutcher walks in one time, and his friends beat him up, and he walks in, he's wearing sunglasses, and Queen Latifah's like, "Are you alright?" And that pulls his sunglasses off, and he's like, got this huge black eye, and he's like, "I fell down the stairs and hit the doorknob." And she's like, "Are you sure someone's not hitting you?" And he was like, "I tried to put the towels in the right order." It was pretty. That scene was pretty fun.
That seems like my life.
So,
Just kidding.
yeah, I'll punch you in the goddamn face, woman or not, kid, woman.
Punch everybody in the face. Everybody
Dog.
gets one of these.
I don't give a shit who you are. You're getting punched in the face if you piss me off. I hit Harrison in the face with the pillow earlier.
Way to go.
It made me mad.
Beat your children.
And then I picked him up over my head.
Body slam. Broke him over your knee.
Yeah,
Like,
I was like,
bang.
"Oh, Mr. Wayne." And I was like, "Climb out of this hole, Mr. Wayne."
You merely adopted the dog. I was born into it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the sun until I was already a man.
I saw a fucking hilarious meme that it was like showed
We're
a
talking about
wireless
Fear Walking Dead to
a
this.
wireless controller and a wired controller, and then it showed Bane, and he was like, "I didn't see wireless controllers until after I was a man." And then it showed like a picture of a kid like 5 feet away from the TV because that's how long the fucking cord was. It was like that long because that's how it fucking was.
Sit like this.
Yeah, you did. You play fucking Nintendo and the controller's got just fucking jagged edges on it.
At that time, your TV was only this big, so
We had one we had a Zenith TV, so it was in this giant wood cabinet.
Wood cabinet,
Had
yes.
wheels on it.
We used to have a cabinet TV.
There's like the
too.
speaker had like that fucking decorative cover over it.
Yeah, had the mesh type thing,
Yeah.
and then the wood inlay over top of
I
that.
remember that.
Oh, yes.
That controller hurt when my mom beat me with it. The Nintendo controller, so it was like literally fucking square, and the edges weren't rounded off. They were sharp. It's true, Mom. I love you, but you did whip me with that controller one time. I'll never forget.
I love you for whipping him with that controller.
Yeah. I might have told this story, but I remember it too. I remember this. My mom was really into The Legend of Zelda. It just came out, as a matter of fact. I remember when we bought the Nintendo and we bought Mario, Duck Hunt. They weren't together when we bought the Nintendo. They were separate.
I think Mom was together. when we got it.
Most of it was, but when Nintendo first came out, I
we didn't
don't
have
think
one
it
when it
had
first came
Mario
out, so.
Duck Hunt.
We had an Atari for
But-
a long time.
My mom was on like Dungeon 8, the one with Ganon, the last one, and my 5-year-old self in my underwear tore ass through the living room. I tripped over the cords that like ejected the game out. It was like I tripped over it.
No
and the
saves.
fucking console came. No, you could save on Zelda. It was one of the first games with the battery save. But it ejected the cartridge out while she was playing. It erased all the data.
Oh,
She beat me with a controller.
You deserved it.
I fucking cowboy. Like spun it over her head like a lasso as I was running, and it was like, it's alright, Mom, I love you. You didn't abuse me. Maybe a little bit. You don't hit people with controllers. What are you writing?
I was drawing.
Oh. Now that Nintendo is nicotine yellow. It turned nicotine yellow after 5 days. Because my mom smoked cigarettes. Cigarettes are bad. This is why we started doing vlogs. Hope you drew a penis.
No, it's a skull.
Oh, stupid. Skulls are stupid.
You're stupid.
Draw a skull with a penis in it. Oh my god. So anyway, this is the whole reason we did vlogs. The dialogue between Fink and I think it's funny. Look, it's fucking super bad.
It's because John Diggs over everything.
The ending credits are super bad. Made me laugh. It's just a bunch of dicks drawn with dicks. It's like a dick tank with a dick captain in it.
Oh God. Yeah, the dialogue between us.
Yeah, that's why we started doing this.
Yeah.
Because I think it's funny.
Yeah.
He thought it was funny.
Well, and we do it anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, this is like what we do.
There's like 50 views roughly on each of our videos, so at least 50 other people watch it and maybe get a laugh out of it here and there, or just laugh at us, whatever. My sleeve keeps getting stuck in my armpit.
It's like a living diary. It's like things that hopefully when I'm 80, hopefully I'll live that long. I can go back and watch it and look how stupid I was. But I would say, man, you have a badass shirt.
You do.
X-Men 92.
Makes me jealous.
I haven't read the comic yet. I've heard it's great.
I think I'm gonna have to get caught up on that one.
There's a couple of local comic stores around here that I haven't
There's one
been
right
to
down the
yet.
road.
Is there?
Right down off of Shaw Road. We should go there. That's the one I went to.
I told you I started building Gundams again.
Really? I didn't know that.
I bought like a $70 Gundam. It took me 5 fucking days to put together.
Yeah. Let's go to the comic book store.
Yeah, let's
You
go.
working
Are they
tomorrow?
open right now?
No.
Oh,
God,
shit.
no.
Do I work tomorrow? Yeah, I've got a
Yeah,
couple of things to do tomorrow.
Holler at me when you get off.
I'm 1/3 owner of a business now, so job that worked me like a slave to job that I still work like a slave, but I own part of it. Much better situation.
I'm still getting work like a slave at your old job.
I'm gonna put this on
getting
YouTube.
work.
Watch your mouth.
I know my bosses watch this, so they know when we get work like a slave. 50 hours a week. That's slave work. I signed on for like 36 to 38 to 40 hours a week. Not 50.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
It was a good change for me. Just getting burnt out on it. Just wasn't liking the direction that it was going, and I'm the one that left, and I made the best decision for me and my family. I still feel that way. So, I mean, that's all that I'm happy. I mean, the people I work for are my childhood best friends. So, I mean, you would like him. Swirly Vortex of Doom. That's his gamer tag.
Oh, Swirly.
We came up with ours together. Swirly. That's it. That's what
Swirly and Fuzzy.
We still play.
See on PS4 or
occasionally.
Xbox?
He was an Xbox fanboy like me. I still am. But I like my PlayStation. I've been trying to talk him into getting a PlayStation. Swirly.
Get a PlayStation.
Get a PlayStation. I've been.
Then you can play the Fink.
But he's a huge Halo person, and I get it. And he's a huge Titanfall fan.
With the price drop on Xbox Ones, I'm gonna get an Xbox One.
Halo 5's a great
$299 now.
Get one.
Yeah, I need something to hook up in my bedroom anyway.
Get one. I like the Xbox One. I like the Xbox One because it's more than just a game console. It has one guide on it. So I know that PlayStation has the PlayStation View now. Their cable service kind of. That's cool.
It's overpriced.
It's wild. I looked at prices because I actually thought about like dropping Comcast, and it's not worth it.
They and Comcast limits you so much more once you do drop their cable. Like there's a 300 gig limit on my internet.
Oh, I know. When I first got into Breaking Bad, way after it was out, and we had just bought my 4K TV. Breaking Bad was on the 4K Netflix, and we watched the first 3 seasons within 2 days, and I burned that 300 gigabytes up. You know that one 4-hour-long 4K content is equal to like 20 to 30 gigs. That's why that's the real reason why Daredevil. It took me a little bit longer to finish because
I'm trying to space it out.
Because all the Netflix shows are in 4K. and I have to space it out because if it automatically if it's available in 4K,
Mine's
it
just
defaults.
HD, and mine's just HD, and I still haven't finished Daredevil. I feel ashamed to say that.
Oh,
but
it's good.
working too many hours at work to watch it all.
You know, I'd like to see The Walking Dead move to something like Netflix and be a little bit because
Then we could get Negan in full force.
yeah, we could get some really good stuff from the comics.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, which I'm still trying to find a way to watch season 8 without having to pay, you know, $50 or $60 to watch all of it. But that's something that BBC had toyed with, was starting their own streaming service. That's the reason they yanked Doctor Who from everything, which now it's on Amazon, and I'm not going to pay $100 a year.
I'm a Prime member, so if you need to,
I might do that because I need season 8, and it's on there for free.
Yeah. I'll let you mess around with Amazon.
But that's one of the things that BBC was toying with, was releasing their own streaming service here in the States, which I would have paid the money for it. BBC, I don't know why you didn't do that. You retarded British people. Monarchy must have had something to do with it.
All the Queen didn't want us to.
Yeah. God save the Queen. But you know, and that's something that I really wish that we would just take that leap forward and get away from cable companies and have just not even get away from cable companies, but just let's have a service where, you know, you can buy a basic cable from the cable company and get, you know, your cable package, or you can pick the channels that you want, and then let AMC not be a basic cable channel. You know, not let them be a regulated cable.
It came back. I don't know what was up.
Whatever.
Man, I think that the United States has been too strict on anything like that to begin with. Everybody knows that in Europe and stuff, they're real relaxed with like their sexuality, and they're maybe a little bit more strict on like violence and stuff. But America's like strict on everything. They're like, you can't say pussy, and you can't unless it's. But now they can. But now we're starting to see it more. You can say shit on TV
now. You can say bitch. We saw Abraham say bitch twice in the last episode of Walking Dead. But why? Well, why can't we just? I want to get away from paying for all of these channels that I don't watch just because I have to buy the package to get the channels that I do want to watch.
I'll tell you what I'm upset with, and this is the God's honest truth. I paid for Blast Internet, the fastest internet that I could. You don't have it anymore. I'm gonna tell you why. Because they passed that bill saying that
you can't pay for fast internet.
You can't pay for everything. They can't charge you for fast internet. They just have to offer everybody the same speed. So they throttled my speed back, and I'm noticing it. I'm noticing that I'm not.
That's why my shit's been.
That's why your shit's been slow.
Oh, I hate you, Comcast.
It's not Comcast. It's the government.
And the government.
I
don't want to say it on video, but I hate you too. Hate you too, government. Now we're on 50 lists. Way to go.
Well,
that better get cut.
He doesn't mean what you think that he means.
Or do I?
We're not going to talk about politics.
Yeah.
Some things, I paid for here's the thing. I paid for the fast internet because I could afford the fast internet.
That's what I did too.
I paid for
the internet.
I paid for the best insurance.
The only thing that was faster than the internet that I had was business class.
Right. Me too. I paid for the best health care because I could afford the best.
My health care sucks.
It does now for everybody. I paid for the best.
Thanks, Obama.
Whatever. Obama made it to where my wife didn't have a cap on the insurance, so she has a mess.
I mean, insurance was crap before that anyway. It's just the industry sucks.
I'm simply saying that I want my fast fucking internet back. I'm willing to pay for it. Here's my $60. Mm-hmm. Give me back my fast internet. That's all. I just want my fast internet back.
Now we just pay the same for the same crappy internet that everybody else gets.
Exactly, and I didn't want that. I'm not a person like that. I enjoy high tech things.
That's got a new phone. Josh showed his off in a video. I got a Nexus 6P. It's not exactly brand new. Look, you can see a reflection.
Oh, fucking Inception.
It's like that's Inception stuff. And there we go. That's gonna be crazy to look at. I got a Nexus 6P. Cut my cord from my big phone carrier. No longer using Spring. I'm not gonna name names. I'm not using that big phone carrier anymore. I switched over to Google's phone service, Project Fi, and I have loved it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really, really good. Maybe I'll do a review on that before too long.
I don't really have a review for my S7. Everybody that watch our vlogs know that I got this a week ahead of time. It's oh, shit. I didn't bring my VR headset over.
Oh, God.
Dude, you would be amazed by the... No, you wouldn't. Because it's only... Everything's only like... Most of the stuff is like 7 minutes snippets. And there was a Lost World. Yeah, this is White Label's Crunchberry. It's really good.
It's Crunchberry?
Mm-hmm. It's probably one of the best Crunchberries I've ever had. I can really taste the berry in it instead of just the cereal.
It's just, is there website just White Label?
Yeah, White Label Juice Co.
Okay.
Alright, so, yeah, when we talk about The Walking Dead and how we both felt, we just feel different. We're both excited for the next season.
I don't like Fear the Walking Dead. So
I love Fear the Walking Dead.
So I just don't have as much invested in the characters, I guess. Which, when Walking Dead came out, I'd already, started reading the comics, and I had a foothold in the characters. I don't. That's not to say that I hate the characters. I just don't have that same connection with the characters that I had when The Walking Dead came out. I already knew. I knew who Rick was. I knew who Lori was. Knew who Shane was. Tyrese was around a lot sooner in the comics. He was.
Yeah, he was around a lot sooner.
T-Dog wasn't a character.
He also
T-Dog.
Yeah, T-Dog. Also Tyrese died a lot sooner.
Yeah.
He died in a prison, didn't he? Yeah, he didn't make it out of the prison, I don't think.
I believe so.
It is good, isn't it? So, we're both excited for season 7. So hopefully it'll be a good season. And
All Out War.
Next week we'll get together and we'll do another one to talk about some of the things that we didn't.
Yeah, we'll try to go back and cover our number 4 vlog.
Just to recap, we talked about Spider-Man being in the Civil War trailer, which I'm stoked. We talked about
touched on Daredevil,
Apocalypse. We're not going to talk about BVS because it's already out.
Yeah, and not good things are being said about it, and I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we probably won't go see it.
Yeah,
we'll probably just wait till it comes out.
Yeah, we'll do a review on that once it hits Redbox.
We'll kind of hit on everything. We'll talk about some video games coming up. There's a couple come out tomorrow that I might pick up if the wife lets me.
The trailer for the new Ninja Turtles game is coming out. Ninja Turtles Mutants in Manhattan. That looks awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And there's some comic book stuff that I'll talk about in next week's vlog. Some things happening in the Spider-Man universe that nobody thought would happen.
Dead No More?
Yeah, some dead people coming back.
It showed a bunch of dead. I read on that. It showed a bunch of people that are coming back from the dead, like Electro.
Uncle Ben.
It showed Electro, Uncle Ben. It showed Doc Ock, who's been dead for a while.
Well, he was dead, and
he was the
ultimate and what was it? It was the Ultimate Spider-Man? No, Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, Superior. It was Doc Ock.
Yeah, it was Doc in Peter's body at that time. Yeah.
Oh, dude! It showed the fucking It showed Ben Reilly.
Oh,
the clone.
Yeah,
one of my favorite clones.
That's
It showed Scarlet Spider.
Spider. That's Ben Reilly. There was a whole clone thing.
I'm talking about Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly, who's the one who had the blue cut-off sweatshirt
with the whole crimson uniform. Yeah. That, and we'll also I'll talk about Civil War, the new Civil War that'll be starting. Not Secret Wars, Civil War, alternate universe stuff. The next Civil War, which is going to be probably another big thing in comics, which I will. I don't do a lot of single issue comics anymore, just because I don't have the time to make it to the comic book store that often. I do trade paperbacks, so I'll wait till the story's over and then get them all in one collection. But Civil War 2 will probably be one that I will be going to a comic book store weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, however they release it, and getting the comics. I love the first Civil War storyline, was awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be doing
All right.
it.
Well,
So,
we'll end it at that, and
let's have a great week and
Yep.
keep on vaping.
Yep. Keep on vaping. Fucking Grim Green. We love you, Grim Green.
Yep.
I wish you would watch our videos.
Yeah. Watch us.
Yeah.
Please.
Have a great weekend, and remember to live every day like it's your last day on Earth.
It's your last day on
That's
Earth.
gonna be our new ending.
Yep.
Dicks. I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. I don't wanna wait for our lives to be over. I wanna kiss you all over and again. Bum, bum, bum. Till the night closes in. Till the night closes in.
You're so putting that in.